Rock a sock, my brothers and sisters. This is Pastor Chad Stecker of Crossroads Ministry Center on behalf of my brother, my friend, and a mentor of mine, Pastor Brian Sanders. So, go Broncos. Matthew 26, we have Jesus getting ready for his ultimate purpose of the cross while he's on this earth. That he's in the Garden of Gethsemane, and it's that moment where he goes off to pray, and he's asked his specific disciples to pray with him, and he goes off. But this is the thing, I don't want to focus on his disciples falling asleep. I want to focus on how Jesus talks to God in this moment. This is probably the most stressful moment before the cross that he's endured, right? This is the moment where he even at some point sweats blood, right? And the question he asks God is God, if it be your will, take what from me? Take this cup from me. But if it be your will, he's not saying, he's telling God, if it be your will, take this cup from me. And it's not really about what the cup is right now. It's the fact that Jesus was willing to ask it, right? And he goes back 2 other times, it says in Scripture. And he goes, after he says this, he goes and finds the disciples sleeping, right? And then he says, wake up, wake up. And he goes and asks the same thing he asked God before. If it be your will, take this cup from me. And then he goes back and says he went back a 3rd time, 3 times asking God the same thing. I want to tell you right now that this proves that persistent prayer is not a bad thing. All right, first off, I remember right after a healing and deliverance I had years ago. And Tanya and I, my wife and I, were praying where God was going to send us. We were living in Littleton, Colorado at the time. We owned a house in Hutchinson, and the one place we did not want to go back to was Hutchinson, Kansas. I did not want to. I had too many people that hated me and were hurt from me from my past. It was something I didn't want to deal with. And what I did was I said, God, I'll go anywhere. And my actual prayer was, God, if it be your will, I want my will. And my will is I'll take a hut in Africa or a tent in India before I go back to a house I own in Hutchinson, Kansas. Well, after a few months of praying this, you know where God sent us? Yeah. He sent us to Hutchinson, Kansas, where he sent us on this journey of healing and spiritual prosperity like never before. It was a time, one of the greatest times of our life as a married couple and as a family, but it also prepared me and prepared my wife and prepared our family for the ministry we had in store a couple of years later. This is the journey that led us to becoming pastors here in Louisiana. And what I wanted to tell you was this, is what God taught me through this journey was exactly what I believe Jesus was showing everybody else in that persistent prayer isn't the issue. That some people say, well, you prayed this 3 or 4 times. Well, that's not true. You should pray it 8, 9, or 10 times. But the whole point of praying it over and over is not to change God's answer, though. See, Jesus proved that persistent prayer doesn't always change God's answer, but it always perfects our response. See, God wanting us to pray and be persistent in prayer isn't so that his answer will be changed. It's so that he can perfect our response as his children. Understand that the one place I did not want to go, I wanted God to change his answer, but he sent me to Hutchinson, Kansas, which was the journey, the beginning of the journey that would lead me to my destiny. Well, you know what? If God would have changed his answer, Jesus would have never hit his destiny. And the Father always knows best. So persistently pray. But know the reason you're persistently praying is so that your God, your Father in heaven, can perfect the response of the royalty he has here on this earth. God bless. And let your responses be perfected in the glory of Jesus Christ.
Thank you for tuning in to an Espresso Word. If you're in the Alexandria area, please stop by and visit us at 3629 3rd Street, Alexandria, Louisiana. For any prayer requests, please contact our office at 318-625-7441.